We're live. Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, it's hot as balls out here. I'm dripping with sweat. What's up, guys? My name's Jonathan, and the day today is March the 1st, I believe. Let me check. Yeah, Friday, March the 1st. So, we are in Fiji right now, and it's freaking hot as the sun out here. I was actually talking to somebody in town today. I hate talking about the weather, but it's just like you can't escape the heat right now. And there's like a huge power outage where we are, and nobody can, like, we can't generators, no air conditioning for our customers and stuff like that, which is like really unfortunate because that's what they all really, really want right now. And my shirt is full of acai. Yeah.
What's that?
These little grass things, the
Oh,
seeds,
the one that
the ones that
sticks.
pokes.
Yeah.
What do they call it in Bowen? Is there a name? Is acai like a, what do we call it here?
What do you
This
guys call it?
acai.
Asia?
Acai.
Asia?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, same too.
Same thing? Okay.
Yeah.
They're just like this pokey little grass seed when the grass gets too long, obviously. I think this shirt, like, oh, it's another one. The shirt, like, must have fallen off the clothesline.
I say, you've been rolling on the grass? Or
Yeah, no, yeah, the shirt was rolling in the grass before it met my body, which is always awesome. So, why don't we start off with a question that one of you guys asked us before the live. So this is on the mat, and we do this every Monday and Friday.
Ah.
And the reason we do it is because we just want to have a conversation with you guys. We post all week, and it's fun if we can like interact. And I know that we haven't been doing this as regularly as we like to do it as normal, but dude, are your lenses super dirty right now?
Yeah.
They all look dirty.
There's only one lens we're using.
Is it?
Yeah.
Which one?
All of it.
There's so many lenses on these phones.
This one.
That one? Yeah, it's
This
a bit.
one.
It's cloudy. It's cloudy. Yeah. Oh, look at me now.
Yeah.
Look at me now. How much better is that? Not much better. And yeah, the reason we started is on the mat sessions is because we just want to have a conversation with you guys. And so we ask for whoever is watching right now to just is brought to everybody by Radar Tires, which is distributed by Global Warehouse through A. Hussein group of companies, A. Hussein Hardware. So wherever there is a Global Machinery or an A. Hussein, you can order Radar Tires. And so actually today, I've got with me, so actually these tires are actually going on my vehicle. I just haven't got them installed yet because there's no power in town. So I've actually got with me the new AT Sport. So like they're brand new, the sticker's still on them, right? And so these are like updated. The reason that I went with these, I actually wanted like a pretty like aggressive tire, like more aggressive than the ones that I had previously. But these will definitely do the job. So they got an updated tread design, kind of like somewhere between all-terrain and a mud terrain, I suppose. But the reason I went with them is because they got a really aggressive sidewall, and that is really good for when you're in the mud. The sidewall actually does a lot of chewing, more than you would think. And so the tires I have on right now have really no sidewall grip at all, and so these ones do. And yeah, I'm excited to put these on. And actually, these are a bit skinnier than my tires that I have on the vehicle right now because you can't see the vehicle on the side here, but as soon as you like touch a little bit of water or mud, it sprays up over the side of the vehicle because the tires just like stick out a little bit too much.
Why did
right?
you choose this one again?
Because they got the same height, but they're a bit skinnier. So those are like a 265/70. These are, I believe, a 245.
That one's thicker.
245/70.
This one's skinnier.
These ones are skinnier, yeah.
You like it skinny.
But they're gonna give me the same amount of height. So, because I actually I changed the tire size because the D-Max tire size is a bit small in my opinion. I want a bit more clearance for the farm. So I do like it skinny.
Yeah.
I've always liked a skinny tire on my vehicle,
Nice.
which is weird. People like that stance, but skinny is the new cool, I guess.
That's fine.
So thank you to A. Hussein, and thank you guys for sponsoring this live. And I can't wait to get these. Actually, if I got stopped by the LTA right now, I'd probably get fined.
No, I don't think so.
No, yeah,
it's
true.
still good.
There's still something
Bro,
there.
you've seen some.
Really?
Boy, smooth as a butter.
Really?
You.
Really? Yeah, these still have tread left, I guess.
I guess if you haven't been doing those donuts, it would have still lasted.
Well, those donuts were done in the mud, though. So it's the it's actually the roads in Fiji are the way that they crush the rock here. That is really, really sharp. All the rock that is used on like the road surfaces or the tar seal surfaces in Canada is like really rounded and smooth. But this stuff is like really sharp, so it destroys tires. And so I don't know if that's how they crush the rock or the type of rock that they crushes like with really, really sharp points and stuff like that. So tires don't last. Tires probably last a quarter as long here as they do in Canada. And I think it's when you walk on the highway, you feel like how sharp the stones are in the tar seal, and that would just chew your tires away. So,
But this looks like a really good tire, bro.
I know, I'm excited.
I like the patterns.
Yeah, it's a bit more aggressive, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
test it out.
I'm excited.
We're gonna do an ad for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something fun. Yeah, I got an idea. I got an idea in mind.
What were you explaining to them, though? They weren't quite getting what you were trying to act.
What do you mean?
The guys over there. Like what the numbers had to do with the numbers and all.
Oh, so it's just a lot of people don't know how to read tire sizes, and
Yeah.
it's very common. So like I said, this tire size is a 245. I'm gonna school you guys here. I'm gonna bring back my old mechanic talk. Mechanic talk. This is shop talk with Jonathan. For those of you who don't know. So on this tire, we have the size of this tire. You'll find it on the sidewall, right? LT, so that means light truck tire, right? So that's suitable. So you won't find LT on like a small car tire, but LT tires have a lower speed rating. So they're not made to turn as fast or rotate as fast as say like a small car tire. But usually they have extra plies in the sidewall, and they're just a heavier, more durable tire. So LT 245/70 R16. So 245 is, the first number 245 is the width of the tire across here. So 245 mm from side to side. And then 245/70, so 70 is the measurement from the bead to the top of the tread. And so most people think like a 245/70 would be like 245 across here and then 70 mils this way, but no, it's 245 across here. And this number is the aspect ratio. That 70 is your aspect ratio. And so it's 70%. This height is 70% of the 245. So I guess, because everybody's so engaged in this, 245 times 70% is 171.5. So you have 171 mils here.
That's
this
accurate.
width. And then R16, your rim size is a 16-inch rim. And so now you know. And not that it matters in Fiji, but these have an M+S with the snowflake on the side. So this would be a tire that would be suitable for mud and snow in Canada. So in Canada and a lot of European countries, at certain times of the year, it's illegal to drive with tires that don't have a mud and snow or snowflake symbol on them. So like that's why we have to have two sets of tires in Canada, or you run something like this that is suitable for the summertime and the wintertime. But yeah, these have quite a bit of siping in them. So all these little, see these little like slits?
Yeah.
That's what you call siping. And so every time they cut this like this, it just allows the tire to flex a little bit more, which allows it to grip. So actually, back in the day, we used to actually sipe tires. So you'd have a siping machine that would just cut the tires like this. And you would just, so that the tire, when it hits the ground, it just like flexes and grips the ground a lot more. So these would be suitable for snow and ice, but
really good tires, man.
yeah, they're sexy, eh?
Yeah, thank you, Hamza.
Thank you, Hamza. And
Good stuff, man.
you guys can catch Radar. What is it going to be? What are you going to say for the nickname of Radar Tires? Like, I want to do a commercial. I'll give you guys will get a preview of the ad that I'm thinking of doing here. Is like, my first one was like, you know how like car commercials and like automotive commercials are always like brand new fancy vehicles, but most of us don't get to have brand new fancy vehicles. So I was thinking, instead of doing that with a tire, like just see whoever buys, like get a couple customers from Hussein who have bought these Radar tires, who have like old, beat up like rugged work trucks, and just go to where they live or where they farm or like on the job site and just film their trucks and the tires that they installed putting in work. So that it feels like any of us could have like a radar tire and we could picture ourselves like owning that
Right.
that piece of rubber,
Yeah.
basically. And so, and then I was thinking like the tagline could be like the working man's tire or something. Because like a lot of times you like, put a tire on like some fancy like Ford Raptor or some Land Cruiser that actually never actually sees the dirt. And it's like, it's cool, but it's not really like putting the tire. Those people don't actually really need like the reliability of that tire. It's just like,
No, they're not using it
in Canada, we
its
call
purpose,
yeah,
right?
we call them
It's
mall
fully-
crawlers.
full
So
purpose.
there's guys who like build up their like fancy vehicles and the big GMCs or Dodges or Toyota Tacomas and 4Runners, and then all they do is they go park them at the mall and they all like get together and have coffee and just like hang out. And they don't actually go and like use and scratch their vehicles up and use them in the mud and get them dirty. So we call those guys mall crawlers because they just crawl to the mall and then they just sit there.
Yeah. Hey Hamza in the chat.
Oh, what's up, Hamza?
Radar is also the world's first carbon neutral tire brand.
That's the one fact that I couldn't remember perfectly well. So first carbon neutral tire brand.
Yeah.
So
And he says, this is how the Renegades do it. We could call it that.
ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Made for the Renegade or something like that. Like radar tires made for the Renegade, something like that, eh? Yeah. So actually, I'm Googling right now, what does carbon neutral mean? So radar tire claims to be the first, they are approved as the first carbon neutral tire manufacturer. So carbon neutrality means having a balance between emitting carbon and absorbing carbon from the atmosphere in carbon sinks. Removing carbon oxide from the atmosphere and then storing it is known as carbon sequestration. So basically what this is saying then is that radar tire probably recycles more or at least just as much as they produce. So I'll bet you the majority of the rubber used in a radar tire is actually recycled rubber so that they can level out the amount of pollution that they make with the amount of recycling they do. So they are like a net zero polluter, basically, which is pretty crazy for a company that makes tires. It's pretty crazy. So there you guys go. I like that though. Made for the Renegade. Yeah.
Kaushik, kere for my truck.
There you go. Kaushik. All right, I can connect you with my friend Hamza. Like he needs connection. Okay, here's the funny part about all these guys, right? Is I show up into the scene and like I don't know anybody. And actually like people like Hamza and Kaushik. This is the Kaushik that we know, right? Yeah, Ranjit. So the Ranjit's engineering, if you guys need culverts and like stuff like that, they are the boys. I actually did a commercial with them. And they supply everybody's culverts, like in the north, like they're the guys. And so they don't really need us to do advertising because they already sell to like, they have their customers. Like the guys that build the roads and stuff like that. Yeah.
And one fun fact from Hamza.
Yeah.
It's the used radar tire rubbers
Yeah.
is used in the sole of the Timberland shoes.
Oh, there you go. Timberland, like that Timberland? Like the Timberland shoes?
Yeah.
Like the singer?
Yeah.
Timberlands, have you ever actually owned a pair of Timberlands?
No.
Yeah. I went through a phase where I was really looking, but it was my fat phase, and I don't know. It was just like it was a phase where, like, the black kids had to have a Timberland shoe, and I never actually pulled the trigger on Timberlands, but that's actually pretty cool. There are a lot of Timberlands out there. So that is Bula, everybody. Thank you guys for joining. So that is my first idea for a commercial. And we may or may not do this. I actually haven't even talked to Hamza about this. This is just like me spinning out some ideas. Second idea that I had that wouldn't require us like having to film or bother, people who buy the tires or people who run the tires. Even though I'm sure these people would be happy to like be on an ad of some sort. would be to like have the camera set up. Okay, say you're right beside a puddle, and the tire on my truck, radar tire, comes up and like stops right in the puddle, and it like stops right on like the radar logo. And that puddle is like obviously a muddy environment, and so we'll call it the farm. And then it shows scenes of like us like throwing stuff in the back of the truck for like fertilizing the farm and like riding the tractor and all that kind of stuff. And then next scene it like stops on like pavement, and it's like Stephanie and me going to the movie or going shopping or just being in the city. And then the last scene would be like the camera like on a beach in the sand, and then the tire coming in like into like the frame of the camera, and then like the kids playing on the beach and like us like fishing or just like hanging out on the beach for the day. And then that would kind of be like I don't know what the tagline would be for that, but maybe like something about lifestyle, right? Like radar tires suitable for like ready for anything you throw at it, or like the family man's tire, or like like I don't know, it would have to be something like that. But basically saying like radar tires can be like in the farm, in the city, on the beach, whatever your family does, like radar tires. Ooh, whatever your family does, radar tires. Oh. Okay, all right. I'm actually gonna note some of these things down. We're doing this. We're doing it live.
Bula G from Nauru.
Made.
Bula Penisa from Napa Valley, California.
What up?
Nauru. Oh, Nauru.
Made for the Renegade? What did I say?
This is how the Renegades do it.
Okay. Oh, okay. This is how.
Bula David from Melbourne. Bula Nita. Bula Salanieta. How much does it cost?
What?
The tires.
It totally depends on the sizes, but they range anywhere. Like these, I believe they range anywhere from like $250-ish to $300, and so I think these tires are around $260-ish. Hamza would be able to drop that in the chat. What these LT tires like it? You can get like a very like the thing about the radar tires and like the stock that they carry at Global Warehouse is like they have hundreds of different sizes of these tires. So like you can get this like it's, and this goes for tires all over the world. You can get this tire grip, this grip design in a normal tire size in Canada's sake might cost you like $250. You can get the same grip design in some crazy rare tire size and it'll cost you $1,000 a tire. So it just really depends what your rim size is. But I'd say if you're running like a pretty normal size, you're probably anywhere from like 250 to 300 in that range.
Bula Tara Foster from Queensland, Australia.
What's up, Tara?
Bula Noble Coffin Maker in Nandi.
Noble Coffin Maker?
Yeah, they make coffins, I guess. Bula Vinag.
Okay. If there's an industry, I'm going to actually finish writing this down here. Radar tires.
I was gonna go there. Like, did you see the coffin that the guys made from Bobo?
Did they make it?
Yeah, they made that coffin, bro. Say it was the biggest coffin about like. They made it in a week, and it was really well made.
Was it? You saw it before, like with her.
Yeah, before they did the whole thing.
Oh, really?
There were like a couple of guys who did it.
Oh, nice.
Bro.
Oh.
Yeah. If they had to sell that, probably $1,000, $1,000.
Oh, really?
It's really carved well, and they carved the designs in it.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, well, because it's already covered.
It's already covered, yeah. So I don't know if you can see.
I saw it like, man, they shouldn't have covered this one. They should just keep it like that.
So I don't know if you can see in the background, but there's a huge funeral this week in our little village, and so there's heaps of people still hanging around and milling about. And so we had I guess they made the coffin. This is the first time that I've seen them make a coffin. Yeah. But the Mbuvo people are known for their wood work and like ripping, like whenever somebody needs somebody to like rip a tree, they usually They call somebody from Buobo, usually.
Yeah, I was drinking with Turangan Yakuza,
Oh yeah, yeah,
Sandro and Bobo,
yeah.
and they told me, "Hey, the boys they are digging the grave. You seen the coffin?" I said, "No, I haven't. You should go and see it. It's in the church." I went there and I saw the coffin. Like, bro,
Really?
so good.
What was it made out of? Pine?
I think the
Vesi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they really covered it well. And
Boy,
I
if it's
asked
made
them-
out of Vesi, man, like
Yeah.
after like 15 years, you can go
Yeah.
dig out the grave.
Still.
Body will be gone. The coffin will still be there.
Yeah, true.
Dude,
True.
Vesi, you're like, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible person.
So- but after that, they said, well, we were just like, they want a funeral for next week. We don't know if the family wants like the same guys to make a coffin. For
Oh,
them. Yeah. The
yeah.
relatives and
Because actually, I don't know if you guys heard, but there was a house that caught fire, and there was a 2-year-old inside of it, and so it's actually a relative of ours. Who was his name? Like their family name was released and everything like that.
I'm not aware. Yeah.
So there was a house here that just went up in flames. It was burnt in like 10 minutes. This happened, I think it was on Monday. Yeah, Sunday or Monday night. And there was a 2-year-old inside, and so that was just up the road here. And so actually a family that's been in our content in one of our YouTube videos. And so I won't say the name unless it's been released already, but just for the family's sake. But the family and the kids were actually in our video, and not in like a small way, not like you would have seen their face like while the camera's panning around. Like they were like the center object of the video, and so yeah, feeling for Uncle and his family. I can't even imagine, I guess, like what that would be like to like lose your child, and so and. You know, I don't want to say too much, but like there is stories like I heard from the news, like they had left the kid and gone to the health center with a 2 and 3-year-old inside or something like this, and it's like, and so I was like, oh my gosh, man, like not another one, like just irresponsible parenting. But then when you hear the rest of the story, there's actually a guy, I think his name is Paul Harvey, in the States and in Canada. He's really famous for his radio show, and he's like, and now you've heard the rest of the story. And so the rest of the story with this being that, like, yes, those kids were at home, but one of their uncles was there with them, and they weren't left alone. There was actually somebody else there, and there's a house just near to them where the grandmother was. And so it's not just like the parents just like got up and like left them for the day. It's just, yeah, you hear things from the news, and I guess news people try to do as best they can. But yeah, I'm not here to break news. So if his name gets released, then we can talk about it. But yeah, I feel for the family for sure.
It's from normally, I used to buy cheap Canadian tire, Motomaster tires.
Tires, yes. Dude, those are the worst tires ever. The Motomaster. Anything Motomaster is pretty much going to be the worst. But, as my friend said, it's round and it's black. And so, good enough, I guess, for some people. I was just like, dude, round and black is not enough. Like, but I guess in some cases, like, that's all you need. And I bet you a lot of tires that we get in Fiji are just round and black, because like most of them I haven't even heard of. Most of it, even the brand that I have on my vehicle right now. And so I will share with you guys like a long-term review on these tires, like once I've actually ran them for a while to see how they actually perform, because like they actually have some stiff competition. Because I had these like no tires I haven't even heard of installed in my vehicle for like the last year and a half or more, and I haven't had a single flat, no problems at all. If I rotated them on every oil change, and they all wore like very evenly, and so Yeah, Radar Tiger's got some stiff competition. So I will tell you guys if like how they wear and if they end up doing the job. I think they will though. They look so good.
A question from Saya Si Uwate.
Yeah.
Buluminaka, what are your thoughts about our Fiji Sevens team?
Ooh. Best team we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Well, I think they have everything they need. That might be like people are like, haha, that's funny, jokes. I'm like, no, seriously. They have everything they need as far as players go to be the best team in the world. Like, no questions asked. I would never second guess any of these boys at all. Like their athletic abilities and their skills are like bar none the best players in the world. But we have to ask the question about there was like 3 really good points that we brought up. I think it was last Friday. Was it last Friday? Yeah, when I was in Somerset. One of the ones being like how these players are brought up from like a grassroots rugby level to the Fiji Sevens team, to the elite level. And so because some of these guys are like I have a cousin here, his name is Chese. He was like he's here at the funeral, like just doing stuff that all the boys do here and preparing food and the lovo and everything. And like a couple months ago he was in the trials for the Fiji Sevens team. So there's this like huge gap between like the best of the best competition and like where these guys come from like a few weeks before. So I know like some of the boys who are out there in Vancouver, who were out in Vancouver this last weekend, like were grassroots rugby players in the village. Super skilled, have everything that they need to win. But like like we said the other day, like imagine if you'd never ever been on a plane before. Imagine if you never like crossed over to the other side of the world. If you've never seen a city, you've never seen big buildings or a big stadium, like I don't know. It's just I think some of the things there's no kind of like mentorship or like pathway for these guys to develop. And so dude, these flies, oh my gosh. They keep flying down my forehead. And everybody's asking questions of the coaching. I think like it's impossible for us to win forever. Like people will eventually have our number. It's the same thing with fighting or boxing. It's like there's guys who are unbeatable, and then there's just one guy who has that person's number, that team's number, and for whatever reason they cannot be beat, or they won't lose to anybody except for this team. And like I feel like let's say like a team like Argentina, they figured out how to play against us, and we don't really have an answer for them right now. And there's a lot of things that people have said about Ben Gollins as a coach, and I don't know. I can't put myself in his shoes. I don't know what he needs to do differently here. Yeah, what was the main strength and conditioning coach for Fiji Sevens team in the past? Fiji Sevens. Oh yeah. What's his first name? His last name is Dawanimbuka. Yeah. Nathanieli Dawanimbuka. Yeah, so he was a coach. He was strength and conditioning for Gareth Baber and for Ben Ryan. And so before, like, and as soon as he left, like, I think he was asked, or he was not, contract was not renewed, or he's not working with them anymore. And as soon as he was no longer with the team, something changed. Because, like, the team won under Ben Ryan, the team won under Gareth Baber, and the only constant between those two was our strength and conditioning coach. You better leave quickly. Or go take the truck that way, and then go over there. You're going to interrupt our live. Burgers? Fish burgers? Oh, man. We don't want fish burgers. All right. Steph just wants to sit in the AC, so she's going to town to get buns. She can hear us. Nothing. Not laughing at anything. So, yeah, Fiji Sevens team. We got a lot of work to do before Olympics, bro.
Yeah.
I think some of the excitement has been lost. I think we're on a hard road now. It's a difficult road to be on, and it's gonna be long. I think.
Any 15s playing there?
Any 15s players? Not that I know of.
I haven't been following them. Man.
I think that Tuisova has been asked, I heard, to play in the Olympics. I'm sure they'll bring in a few heavy hitters like that, just for experience and stuff like that. But, yeah. Not a lot of...
Isaac.
Yeah. Dude, like, starts the truck and then, like, just sits here. Dude, leave, man. I'm gonna throw some there. Yeah, sorry guys. My wife started the vehicle and decided to idle it outside of our set. Yeah. Thank you.
He says, I didn't know that Nada left the squad.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Who's Nada?
Yeah, this is the strength and conditioning coach.
Oh,
Yeah.
that guy.
The Danieli. That one in Buca there. Yeah, so he's not with the team anymore. And so a lot of people say that is like the missing link and the common thing that is now following this team that is not winning anymore. So,
Question.
huh?
Okay, you're done with the sevens?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Right, this guy, Chris Kwong. Hey, Jono, did you read the Lily Darling's post or Lily Darling's post?
Was that the one that we saw today?
Mrs. Walker.
Yeah. We saw that. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah.
He sent that to Steph.
I sent it to Steph. What did Steph say? Actually, I sent it to Steph because somebody sent it to me. Actually, Koroi sent it.
Yeah.
I was trying to think.
I saw it on Judy's story today.
Yeah, Steph was just like, wow, oh, the hair. Okay, I feel better. That's funny.
What you think, Colin?
What? That's what you said? I'm just telling you guys, this is what you get live. You get unfiltered. I think my wife wore it better, so whatever.
Yeah.
What?
This one from Normally. I love that vlog of your kayak trip down to fresh tea and coffee. How many miles, kilometers, minutes does it take to go from the village to the store?
It was 4.5 kilometers and it took us like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because you guys had to stop,
Yeah.
clean up.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had to go now, while the current is really strong.
Yeah, like right now.
Probably
Sorry, my
it'll
fingers
take
started
us-
bleeding. We probably, like, because there's a bunch of floods, it probably cleared out all of like the log jams that we had to go through. And so, yeah, we probably spent like well over half an hour, like just like clearing the path along the way. So it'd probably be really fast right now. How about the river? It's so nice right now.
Yeah. After this, when I go,
Go dive.
jump in.
Dive why?
That way. Yeah, no grog, no cover today.
Well, we have it here.
Yeah. This cover is
Vuna.
from Dele Vuna. Bro, it's a really good cover.
Is it?
Yeah, we're gonna, after this, then we mix.
After this.
Because our boy is been drinking from morning.
Oh, dude, from
Sunday.
Monday.
From Monday. He's been like helping out at the funeral. Guys are just mixing and building the shed.
Yeah.
So probably today is the last day of the gathering, I guess.
Yeah, they'll probably all head out tomorrow, I
Yeah.
think, yeah. Because then Sunday everybody will be back home.
Fire losses are, yeah, after this.
After this.
5 a.m. here in British. I think that's UK. There's Leslie David William. 5 a.m.
In Britain?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm just pulling up some of the questions that you guys wanted us to answer here.
All the way from Sydney. But not Isaac.
Ever consider... Oh, Isaac in Sydney?
Yeah.
Thank you, Isaac. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Ever consider going to Rotuma? Yes, actually. I really want to go there. Because I feel like... So we're in the north in Fiji. And there's not a lot of attention given.
Great thing.
What?
No, I was like trying to figure out like what flag is that? Okay. Oh no, Britain.
Oh, British flag.
Yeah.
Dude, you're part of the Commonwealth.
Oh man,
How do you not know that? And what was I talking about?
Rotuma.
Rotuma. Because I just feel like in the north, like we don't get a lot of attention. So that's why it's cool to like make content up here because nobody knows about this part of Fiji, and so I feel the same way about Rotuma. Like it needs just more publicity. Because I bet you, like if you go there, it'd blow your mind. I'm sure. Have you been there?
No, but my auntie is married there.
Okay.
She's married to the Kafua family, and they're like sort of like their side of village.
Yeah.
Or the estate or whatever you call it. Boy, the water is like
Really?
crystal, light blue, nice, and there's like swimming spots too in Rotuma. That's really, really good. I heard like Fiji tourism wanted to like start something there, but they
What
couldn't
happened?
or they
Oh.
didn't want to.
Yeah. Exactly. How big is it, anyways? It's pretty small.
Pretty okay, I guess.
Yeah, man. I think, but like, yeah, just that nobody talks about it. Doesn't really get any attention. I bet you it's silly out there. I bet you the fishing is ridiculous in Rotuma too. I wonder if there's lots of people who do fishing out there
Where?
in Rotuma.
Fishing?
Yeah.
I guess.
Or like, do people have boats out there?
Yeah.
Like, cause like I assume they just live off the ocean. Like, dude, the water looks amazing. I'm just looking at it on the map right now. Wow.
It's like the.
But the thing is, like, I would never feel comfortable going to Rotuma like by myself, like unless I had like somebody who would take me, like, cause I don't know anything about their culture, about their protocols. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, cause I can't just show up there and just be like, hey, just show up in a village, cause I know like what it's like here. So like, I'd have to have a friend who like would invite me or like
How to do it
to take us there, because I would love to take our family there. That'd be sweet, and make some content out there. That'd be awesome, right?
Yeah.
Like fly out there and then like spend the week, like somewhere. I don't know. So if somebody's from Rotuma, you guys like hit us up. We'd love to go. Yeah, I'd love to see what there is to see out there, and like make some content out there, because like I mean, you guys have an airport. There's everything's there. It just needs to be shown. Nobody in the world like knows about Rotuma other than like us in Fiji and like some other small like islands like Kiribati or Tuvalu and stuff like that. But like, I bet you go out there, like, I bet you everybody in Rotuma's just like, you guys have no idea, you know? Like when we go diving up here in the north, we think like, oh, third largest reef, like barrier reef in the world, and like Great Sea Reef, and they're probably like, oh gosh, you guys have no idea. They're looking at the fish we're eating, like, you guys are idiots. But if there's somebody who's from Rotuma, like, hit us up.
Yeah.
And we can make some plans to go and film some content and have some fun out there. That'd be sick. I'm sure the kids would love it.
Yeah, I bet.
But
I bet they will.
I'm not about to roll up there just kind of without knowing anybody or knowing like the right, you know, pathways for us to enter into the island and stuff like that.
Any other question there?
I did hear that, I think Hamza and his dad actually, they went to Rotuma.
Oh.
But it's just like a day trip. Like with a bunch of other, I believe it was a group of business owners who went there and kind of flew in, spent the day, like saw some stuff, and like just to see it, which is what you need.
Yeah.
They just need to send some people out there who will like promote it, I guess. Is there a hotel out there?
I don't know. Sabi Rakuro. Is there any hotels there? He says I tried. I've been there. It's so beautiful. The people, the beach, everything.
Oh, really?
Do you think there's any? I don't think there's any hotel there, but B&B or family stay or backpackers sort of thing.
Yeah, let me show Airbnb Rotuma. Rotuma Island Eco Lodge
Yeah.
in Lotoka.
Aye.
Yeah, actually.
Eh?
Yeah.
Wait.
What?
I think they have homestays. Oh, okay.
They have homestays? Yeah, that would be sick. Oh, Lillian's homestay in Rotuma. Shout out to Lillian. So if you guys want to go stay in Rotuma, hit up Lillian because apparently she has a homestay. It looks like she has boats, and it looks like people have a great time when they go there, according to her. Dude,
It's Good Friday every day there.
what?
It's Good Friday every day over there.
For real? Yeah, yeah. Every day is Good Friday there. Oh my goodness, man.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna get out of this. So hit up Lillian's homestay on
Lillian's.
Facebook.
Okay.
We'll have to give Lillian a call. They have Digicel there, I guess, eh? Because her number is 762. Like, they must have service out there.
Yes, Ave. Do they have DG or Vodafone over there?
Yeah. Oh,
What's your
power's come back onto the shop.
Eh?
Yeah, I just got a message. Very good.
Man, yeah, we haven't had power since last week. There was a power shut off.
Yeah, there was a generator, I think,
Blew
a
up.
genset that burned down in Lambasa, and so
Yeah.
they're basically on, I think they're on one generator right now, so they kind of cycle the Malau side of the island, so going past Lambasa on the northern side, and then they turn on Lambasa, and then they'll turn us on, and then back and forth like that. But apparently by Sunday we should have power. And so, yeah, it's been not ideal, obviously, for running a business because, like, we haven't even been able to be open a lot of the time because we can't cool all of our freezers and fridges. We do have a backup generator, so we run that, but it can't run air conditioning, fridges and freezers, coffee makers, kettles, and microwaves like all at one time. So we just haven't invested in a heavy duty enough generator yet.
Yeah, so they have, in Rotuma they have Digicel.
You have Digicel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where's your sons? Really love watching your sons living the Fijian lifestyle, Isaac.
I think they're just down playing right now with other kids. There's so many kids in the village right now.
Yeah.
So I think they might actually even be swimming, which is where we're going to go after this.
I have a question from Isaac.
Yeah.
Are you guys watching the Super Rugby games tonight?
Oh, tonight.
What game?
Yeah, I am.
What
Now
game?
I am. Thank you, Isaac. My wife will be super happy about that.
What game?
Huh?
Who's playing?
I don't know. We'll just have to check out the DTV schedule. 7 p.m. Blues versus Highlanders.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow is and then Rebels versus Western Force at 9 today. So Drew are playing tomorrow against Moana Pacifica. So they kind of got spanked last week.
Really?
Yeah. So we'll have to. This would be a good test. They need to win this one to for the team's confidence because, yeah, they kind of got. Well, I don't know, bully beatdown, but yeah, 34-10 or something. Yeah, against the Blues last weekend. So we need that for the team morale, I believe.
Well, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Cialis.
No, dude. You know what Cialis is? You know what Cialis is?
Yeah.
It's like Viagra.
Oh. Pangkatana.
Okay.
I think it's Philippines or something.
Okay.
Greetings from Melbourne, mate.
Yay, it's Tuesday, isn't it?
Hey.
Hop on your bloody barbecue. What did they say today? On the podcast we were listening to. Remember he randomly went into a British accent?
No, he spoke in the British.
Yeah, British accent.
British
But what did he say?
Shoot, I forgot.
Yeah,
I
it was
forgot what
funny
he
though.
said.
Yeah. Oh dear.
It's gonna bother me here.
Can you? So there's two people. I don't know if they are in the same house or whatever, but they both asked the same question. Can you give a little backstory of how your mom and dad met? Moving to Canada and how Steph finds life in Fiji. Moving to Canada. Okay, so my mom is from the middle of Canada. My father's from Fiji. They're both part of a missions organization called Youth with a Mission. And so the headquarters for Youth with a Mission is in Hawaii. And so at that time, if you wanted to do like your mission school through YWAM, you had to go to Kona, Hawaii. And so, yeah, it's like basically exactly halfway. And so mom came from Canada, dad came from Fiji, and that's where they met. And then I was born in Fiji. They did a bunch of like outreaches in like Solomon Islands. They spent time in Tonga. And then they ended up in Fiji. And my dad, I think it's my dad. Yeah, I was like, so you gonna marry me or what? It wasn't my mom. It was like super romantic, you know, the way
Just
they
like that.
their style. Yeah, it was one of them looked at the other person. I think they were sitting in the city, one of the cities somewhere, and there's like, so you gonna marry me or what? Like basically, you know, like what are we doing here?
Yeah.
You know. So I guess straight to the point. They're like, yeah. And so I think it was the next week they had like their traditional Fijian ceremony, and the rest is
Nice.
history. Yeah. Yeah.
That's one way to ask.
I guess so. I mean, it saves money, saves time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I wasted a lot of money on a hot air balloon for my proposal, but we're not going to talk about that. Are we?
How much did you pay there?
No, it wasn't that much. It was like 1,000 something. But
Wait.
it's like, yeah. I was in
What was
university.
your
I was in
plan? Okay,
automotive school.
You gotta get it. Like, what was your plan? And like,
Oh, so
what did you set up? Okay, I'm gonna do this.
yeah, so the day started off with, hey, Stephanie. She should come and be part of the story because she's gonna be like, no, this is what we did. But we just started the day off hanging out. I was like, we just love just chilling in the city and longboarding, and which is like a skateboard with big trucks on it, big tires. And so we just like longboarded around for the morning, and then the whole time I was just like waiting for the
Great time.
confirmation from the hot air balloon company
Oh.
that, like, because I was gonna propose to her in a hot air balloon.
Oh my
Yeah.
That's a tragic way to happen.
Why?
Dude, there's a couple of hot air balloons proposed. I've seen.
Oh, really?
It's like, so like they drop the ring from
No,
the balloon.
really?
And so like the girl says no,
Oh,
but then they have
they're
to
stuck
go
on
through. They're stuck on the hot air balloon for the whole ride.
Oh, shoot.
That was so awkward.
Oh, that's awkward, yeah. That is awkward. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so you're waiting.
Yeah, so I was waiting because I did hear from them like a couple weeks before saying like the weather might not be ideal. And so, I mean, fast forward like 7 years after we got married, and they still, like, I had to keep rescheduling. I never ended up going on, like, taking my hot air balloon ride that I paid for. So I think hot air balloon is like insurance almost. Like, you pay it, but like you rarely have to use it or get to use it.
So you can still use it.
I assume so. I just had to go into my email and go to Sundance Hot Air Balloon Saskatoon. Not that I remember the name of the company. But no, I don't remember. It's not a sore spot. And so, yeah, part of the way through the day, like they're like,
you didn't go.
So yeah, they sent to me as like it's a no go.
So what was your backup
And so
plan?
actually, I think I had because a couple weeks before they had called me and said like, you know, the weather's not looking the greatest, so there's a slim chance that like we might not be going. Slim being like, I don't know, like Lizzo slim. Like there was a very large chance that I wasn't going on this
Very
thing.
nice,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they're trying to be nice, right? But like, there's a Lizzo chance that we might not be going. And so I was like, okay. So when I heard that, oh shoot, canceled. When I heard that, I actually went and got all these. You know, in the movies, I don't even know where they use these. Maybe somewhere in the United States, like the big brown paper bag shopping bags. Like it always seems like in the movies,
Back
like
in
back,
the day?
especially back in the '90s, they'd like come home with like
Yeah.
all these like shopping bags, and they're always like these big like brown paper bags. And so I went and bought, I guess, so 14, or sorry, 14 of these things, and I cut out the letter in each bag, like W in one bag, I in another bag, L in another bag,
Yeah.
and then because they would stand up, right, and so we went to Saskatoon is a city on a river, and so like the river flows to the city, and it's just like parks and pathways and beautiful like picnic areas like all through the city.
Yeah.
And so I just picked one area, and then I was like, "Hey, wait, turn your back." And then like next hour, I'm like setting up all these. Like, no, probably not, but it must take me forever. It was probably like 5-10 minutes. So I set up all
So you
these
told her,
bags.
Don't look back.
Yeah, I just said, "Don't look back." And so she'll probably correct me if she was actually here, but. And then I had all these like little tea candles.
Yeah.
You know those little white
Yeah,
candles?
yeah.
So I like put one of those in each bag. It was dark at this time.
Oh.
And so I like put one in each bag. And so then like we walk away, it's just like 50 meters like spread out. It's like, will you marry me?
Yeah.
Like and all these like things just like, it's like all right, turn around and let down your guard. You know? And so she turned around and she saw it, and then I had a ring, and she said yes. Will you marry me? And I actually bought the ring in Fiji.
Oh.
Yeah. And then it gave her an infection.
But did it?
Yeah. Yeah, I gave her some sort of rash on her finger, actually. And so she doesn't wear a wedding ring ever.
Okay.
And we just had to cut off. Like, you know, you give a wedding ring and a wedding band, right?
Yeah.
So an engagement ring and then your wedding band, which is what you put on, well, at least in Canada, that's how they did it. And so engagement ring, which is like the fancy diamonds, and then when you get married, you have the wedding band. And so she had a wedding band on her pinky, and we had to cut it off like on Tuesday, I think, because she got a boil on her pinky. So I guess we're done. So I had to take this pliers and I cut it off of her finger.
Oh, shoot.
So the ring that we got is like a really neat, it's super like unique one-off design that I was like, oh, this is so Steph. Like when I was shopping for rings, and I was just looking in Fiji, just like because your role or like your job is like to find like a cool ring.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, that people spend. There's this thing that you're supposed to spend 3 months of your annual income on a ring. That's like the rule of thumb in Canada. So like if you don't know how much to spend on your ring, like if you make like say like what would it be, $40,000 a year, you should spend $10,000 on the ring, which is like crazy. And so I did not spend that much because I didn't have that much money because I was in college at the time. And yeah, she said yeah. But so what we want to do now is like get the ring remade properly because we still have the ring, but actually go into a jeweler and like get it made properly out of like, I don't know, proper gold because it's a rose gold. It's it's not like a gold colored ring. Yeah. So long story short, never did the hot air balloon thing.
That's good. That's cool.
But maybe it's for the best.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I wonder if I
Hey,
have.
Joshua Prasad. Hey Josh. कैसे भैया set?
Actually, speaking of hot air balloons.
This is guy 7-9.
What's that?
7-9. Oh, Seba basketball.
Who?
A friend of mine from a co-worker.
Okay.
In FSC.
Not really a real friend.
Yeah. Cameraman, FSC is waiting for you.
Yeah, you can go back there and clean the boilers and do your job. What happened on Twitter this week? Are you doing much Twitter these days?
Me?
Yeah. Like as much as you used to?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Why?
This week?
No, just like these days, like the last few months.
No.
Are you on Twitter as much?
I just get in, get out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What? Anything dramatic happen on Twitter?
Anything dramatic? No, not
Twitter's
that I know
pretty-
of, man.
Twitter's kind of a cesspool of negativity, isn't it?
Twitter's a toxic place, man.
It is. It does seem like that.
It's very, very, bro. Very woke.
Very woke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
You say just a little thing and
And people can freak out.
Just
Have you ever
snap
had
a
a
lot of
tweet go
people.
viral?
my tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Well, I guess, went viral on good reasons.
Oh, yeah?
Like debating with somebody. I hate that.
You were debating with somebody?
Yeah, I was debating with somebody, and that somebody happened to be in the small community. So
Oh,
yeah, it was.
in the government.
No, the.
Oh,
the
yeah.
community.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I made a tweet like when I first started
Yeah.
about something that like it really got people fired up about. It was something about Fijian. Oh, is that Fijian culture, eh? And like some reporter that. Yeah, but it was. People get really fired up about culture and about like appropriate stuff on Twitter.
So this is a guy. There's a tweet that was going around
A what?
about Lululemons.
Oh, in Fiji?
Yeah.
Oh. What about him?
I heard the other day the owner named it Lululemon
Because Asians can't say Lululemon?
because he thought it would sound funny for Japanese.
Yeah,
Say
well,
it.
I think there is. Yeah, that was like I think that is true. Like the owner of Lululemon, who's Canadian. You have to be able to say the name. I don't know if it's because he didn't want Asian people working for his company, but you have to be able to say the name of the company in order to be employed by them, which is, I guess makes sense. But like, Asians can't say Lululemon. They say
Really?
Lululemon.
Really?
Yeah, Lululemon, because they don't do L, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, like in Vancouver, like, yeah, a lot of like Asians, like who like.
So
don't
that guy
speak
did
English.
it just because of that.
Well, I don't know, but like it ended up that like you don't have a lot of like Asian people working at Lululemon because they can't say Lululemon.
Lululemon.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
That's why. Yeah. I don't know. It's yeah. Yeah. Sorry, when I say like fly lights. Fly lights. Okay, dude. Moving on.
You're just waiting for it to get canceled, man.
And so I don't know if that's true, but that's the thing about like Twitter. It's like all these things come up.
Which from normally.
Oh shoot! I was gonna say, dude. I don't want. I don't really get it.
Do locals chuckle at the word Canada? It almost sounds like Canada, which translates to.
Oh yeah. No, not really. Yeah. Eat poop.
Eat poop.
Yeah.
Canada.
No, because I think it's just said in a different way. Like,
Well-
because the C doesn't, because the word itself would be, like the whole word would be said different if the C used the way the Fiji, like how we pronounce C.
What's the Fijian translation of Canada?
What do you mean?
Like Australia,
Huh?
or like
I think it's just Canada. Like Canada. Canada. It's like
Canada.
Kenada. Canada.
Kanada.
Yeah, maybe Ka or Ke.
If
Yeah.
if it's Kanada, then it's Canada.
Yeah, if it's Ka, yeah. Because when I say it, I don't say Canada. Yeah, no, it's Ke.
Ke.
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, Canada.
Ke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ke. Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, no, it's different. Marro. Why Marro? Remember? Where is he from? From Waimaru. Marro the Wai. gotta make jokes about yourself sometimes.
Any other questions there, bro?
Any other questions? I don't know. This person was just like, talk about depression and anxiety. I'm like, dude, that's dark. Talk about depression and anxiety, especially anxiety attacks. Yeah.
I said you should come here and mix. Don't be commenting from there.
Hey, where is she down there?
You comment from there.
Yeah.
You've been missing.
Someone's trying to pay the bills over here, right? Thank you to Radar Tires for
She's like
sponsoring
where's the
the
basin
live.
for the baby mix?
Yeah, right there. Bye. This is our baby mix tonight. Depression and anxiety. To talk about depression and anxiety. Well, yeah, I don't really struggle with depression or anxiety, I guess, as some people would classify it. I think I get anxious, but I don't. Yeah, it doesn't keep me awake at night. Obviously, I fall asleep in like 2 seconds. But depression. Yeah, obviously I know a lot of people who struggle with depression, but it's not something that I've really experienced, I think, to like the levels that would be worth like being able to like speaking from experience about depression now. Yeah. And I don't know why. I think some people are probably just more predisposed to be in that mindset, I guess. And also like depending on like what you've had to go through and stuff like that. Like my life has been pretty good. I don't really think I have much to complain about or much to be sad about. Like, you know, I've had grandparents that have passed away, and life is not easy all the time, but like I don't feel sorry for myself. I think a lot of people have it like way worse than me. And so, yeah, it would just feel kind of it would feel almost like unfair for me to be depressed about something because I feel pretty blessed. But yeah, I'm worried a lot, like, and I stress all the time, but I just probably just take it out on my wife. Honestly,
Yeah.
like those who are closest to you are the ones who suffer, and so I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying that Stephanie has to put up with a lot of it. And I think like there's times that are better than others, and times where like I'm a better husband than others. And so, yeah, like it's been a pretty, like despite what people think, like, or whatever people see online, it's been a tough 4 years for sure. But it's okay because like we didn't choose this journey because it was easy. We chose it because like somebody just needs to do it first. And so I think in the Pacific we're very inclined to copy things that work for other people or what appears to work, even if we don't know if what they do makes money. Like for instance, like our coffee shop, like, you know, there's already been like a business in town that has tried to do what we do, copy like us from like top to bottom, like the style of the shop, the menus, the items on the menu, all that stuff. And so the reason I say that is because, you know, if we can show people that like it can be done, then other people will try to do it. And if we actually like give people a blueprint and like document our lives in the way that we do, hopefully other people will feel inspired to like want to stay in Fiji and not like have to leave. Because like life is good overseas, and in a lot of ways it's better than Fiji, but in a lot more ways it's not as good as it is here. And so life is super complicated. It's very fast paced. It's very unforgiving. Like life is very unforgiving overseas. And so, you know, like where you show up, you know, if you're 5 minutes late for work, like you're going to be in trouble. And you show up 5 minutes late, you know, 3 times, you have no job. And so that doesn't happen here. And yeah, I think I just want to do this so that we can, obviously, we always talk about like giving jobs for people, and creating employment opportunities, but also like giving people a blueprint to be able to feel like, oh, if they can do it, I can do it. Because at the end of the day, it's actually the truth. Like, we're not special people. We're just people who decided to like go out on a limb and do something that hasn't been done. And so obviously there's always a higher reward for first or early adopters, and so hopefully we reap those rewards of like doing something that everybody else has been afraid of doing, and being that like, you know, coming back from overseas and, you know, being transparent about our journey and not like hiding the things that we do. And so yeah, like it's not easy, but it's not why we do it. It's not like we choose. The thing is, about like the way I look at that and like the way I look at, you know, feeling anxious or stressed or depressed, is that, you know, if it was easy, then it wouldn't be worth doing, because everybody would do it. Because that's what people do. Like, we do the easy things. And then if everybody did it, then it wouldn't be worth doing. So it's like if you want to do something easy, then like it won't be very unique because everybody's doing it. But like if you want to actually like change the world and inspire people and give people hope, then like it's not going to be easy, but you might change some lives along the way. And so obviously like the biggest thing for us is like making sure that we build into our sons and like make them like awesome people, because they're probably guys that will change the world like way more than we have, and so, or will ever in our lifetime. And so they are our legacy in that respect. But I believe that we can touch and impact a lot of communities if we just keep doing what we're doing. And yeah, lots of people feel like they have to leave the village and go to the city if they want to like provide for their family. And then everybody goes overseas. Not everybody, but probably 90% of the people, like we all go overseas or we move to the city, and life's not as good as in the village. I mean, that video that we did in the city, like, do you prefer city or village? It's like 90% of those people are like remote life, village life, you know?
Yeah.
And so everybody wants to live the village life. It's just that there's no industry in the village. And so if we're like, hey, you can come back and make as much as, or close to or more, like if it's even in the range of like what you can make in the city or overseas, then like why wouldn't you do it? Because like after this, like we're gonna turn this off, we're gonna go jump in the river, and then we'll have a bowl of kava together and we'll eat fish burgers and then go to bed, you know? And so it's like, and fish that we speared like earlier this week. And so that will not happen for most people. If people want to go for a swim, they're going to pay $20 to go to a swimming pool. And if they want to eat fish, they're going to go to the supermarket and they're going to pay like, you know, $60 Fijian a pound or a kg for fish. And so, yeah, there's also like huge like bonuses to being in this kind of a life as well.
Good question, bro.
Yeah.
Next, being on that, well, who asked the question? Depression. Talk about depression.
Bonipate
Eyo.
Arez Khan. Kane. Canne.
Yeah. I wouldn't say depression. Like if how. What the question is, how do you like put aside your worries, or like say if you're going through something this week that you like just don't feel like doing any work, and
Right.
but yet you could just like put it on the side and put up a face, and you know
Oh.
you gotta do it. You gotta still go on. Because for me, I see I don't function well, you know, if I'm like worrying about something,
Right.
and it just shows in my work, and I don't do my work to the full extent, you know.
To your full potential.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it'll just be a bother to me the whole. Yeah, and you've seen it sometimes, and
Well, yeah, like
and
I've
it
called you
shows,
out on
yeah,
it before.
It's
Yeah.
like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
I'm like try to pretend like no, it's cool.
Right.
But no, it shows.
Right.
So like the question is how do you
prevent that?
and
Or
like you could still
push through?
do the work and you could still push through and
Right.
put that on the corner of your mind or somewhere.
How do you do it?
How do I do it?
Yeah. Like when you're.
I've been doing like it's not a healthy coping mechanism right now, but I've been just like trying to bury myself with work
Right.
and not think about it. What's going on? But as much as I try to like, okay, let me do this, right? Do the vlog, do the podcast, da 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 da.
Right.
But it'll always be halfway done, because I'm like, okay, and it'll just creep in. Whenever I don't have a second, I'm like thinking about work, doing something else. I was like, okay, oh shit, let me do this. That's why, I don't know, like, I haven't been spending a lot of time trying to like, spend time on my own kind of thing.
Right.
I just want to like, hey, let me do some work. Not that I'm putting it on you. I just like, it's just how I've been coping.
Right.
And
Right.
I've been changing that this year. Like I said, like, all right, probably some weekends I might take a day off or so, like hang out with my family.
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to do something different this year, where I try to make it like a healthy coping mechanism, or go out or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what makes you like?
those fishing that we've been doing?
Yeah.
It really helps, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like going out fishing. I was like,
No, I was
there's
like
something
this
about-
last week. I was like, dude, we need more
Yeah,
content.
I
He's staying.
really wanted to go on that Monday with you guys, so that's why I came that morning. I was like, okay,
Did you come that morning?
Yeah, I did. It's like I got there like a bit before 5. Yeah,
To the shop.
to the office.
Oh. How did you get back?
I came back.
Oh.
I got there, and yeah, like something about the going out sea and fishing.
Yeah.
So rewarding.
Yeah.
I usually come back and I was like, I feel like a fresh start.
Right.
Again.
Yeah. I think like having those outlets like helps hugely. And I feel that effect like if I don't get out for months, so I can do something fun with our family, or like with you guys, like when we go fishing, or that stuff is very. I think people just get in a rut and they don't change the scenery enough, right? It's like the same thing day after day, and then they drink on the weekends, and then they spend the next couple of days like recovering because they got borderline alcohol poisoning. You know what I mean? And then work sucks, and then family life is hard, and then it's back to the weekend, and then recovering from the weekend. Yeah. And so.
The question there is like, how do you function and still do whatever you need to do in the week? If you have something that's been, worrying you, I guess.
Right. I guess I think that like I guess a lot of times I just think like from my past experience, like when I was playing rugby, and I was always like just made it in my mission like that nobody would outwork me, or like nobody would be fitter than me. And so when it came to like fitness test times, like I would just make sure that like I could outdo everybody. And so I think I'm just obsessed with like not trying to feel the way, because like feelings are like so, they're intangible, but they're also so like like they come and go. And so like trying not to feel the way you feel is important to me. So like if I feel like I should be like not doing something, I'll like fight it and just do something, because I know that like that feeling is just, it's just like momentary, or it's like, you know what I mean? And so like I know that feelings just come and go, and so trying my best to like not feel my feelings, I guess, and I don't know if that's healthy or not, but that's
how you cope.
yeah, I guess that's how I cope. And like life sucks a lot of the time, like for a lot of us, right? And you guys might think for social media that it's like real good and everything's peachy keen, but like it's hard a lot, but not hard enough that I'm gonna like complain about it to you guys. I just think that like a lot of people, or for us, like the majority of life is just a bunch of mistakes and potential regrets and like learning experiences, and then the difference between the people who win and the people who lose are just that the losers choose to get like buried by this, like, as Dave Ramsey says, like this pile of, how does he say it, like this burning pile of garbage that is like all your mistakes and your worries, and you just get buried by it. But like the people who win are the people who like just stand on top of the pile of garbage. And that's success. Is like you didn't get buried by all your failures. You actually just kept trying and kept trying. And so yeah, like talented, I don't really know if there are like talented people. I think there's just people who just like have more, like when I was talking about fitness, like I think there's just those of us who have more desire to outlast other people. And so if you're willing to just keep putting in reps, eventually, like, yeah, I think I'm saying this because I always quote Hormozy, hey? I think he said something this last couple of weeks. It's like it's not the talent that makes you able to do the reps. It's the reps that make you talented. And so, yeah, it's not that talented people have the ability to do more reps. It's just that like there's some people who just keep doing reps, just keep going and just keep pushing through and just keep pushing through. And eventually they like come out looking like they're talented, but all they did was just they didn't give up. And so I was talking to a gentleman in Sanganga this last week, and yeah, he looks pretty down. His life is actually looking like super bright. He's moving overseas and he's gonna make like a killer. Like, I'm talking like 6 times more than he currently makes in Fiji. But again, he actually doesn't want to leave Fiji, and so he's going to have to shut down his business here. And so he's feeling nobody purchased it from him, and so he's going to have to just shut it down and just basically what some people would call like a complete loss, you know, just selling off the assets, trying to like recoup some of the funds. And so, but I told him, like, you know, failure is not trying, and you tried. And so like, you know, if you like have like a target, like a picture of a target, and you have like all these like different, like a gun target, like when you go to the shooting range, like you have like paper targets, and like if you know, every time a bullet goes through it, like tears the paper, right? And so like if you have like a bunch of like shots like all around the target but none in the bullseye, like that's not failure. Failure is the person who like didn't take any shots at all. And like a target paper that has no holes in it. And I'm like, you put some holes in the target paper. And so what you did is not failing. What you did is just you learned.
Yeah.
And like Wayne Gretzky, the hockey player, said like you miss every shot you don't take. That's such a classic like saying. So, and that's so true. Like every shot you don't take, you miss because like you never attempted it. And so like people are like, oh, I think like baseball, like if you hit like 1 in every, or if you hit 3 in every 10 pitches, you're like a world-class baseball player. 3 in
Just
every
3.
10, yeah. And so, like, people just expect that like you're gonna hit it out of the park on the first go, and if you don't, then, you know, we have all these like, I think because, and also with the age of social media, we're constantly comparing ourselves to people who are actually not what they appear to be. You know, like whether it's successful, and so we get depressed about that. And like I think a lot of us get anxious and depressed because like we look at like some like 25-year-old like entrepreneur who's like made it and has millions, you know, not knowing that, you know, they're going through something at home with their wife and their family, or they got left a bunch of money from their parents, and so they're not starting from the same point as you. And And so I think social media has really like twisted it for a lot of people as well, and it's not helping like our, the epidemic of like mental health issues that are going on. Because like we try to be pretty transparent, like I'm talking to you guys right now. But like I'm not gonna use my social media platform to be like, oh, my life is hard. But like, yeah, like there's a lot of pressure on us to make sure that we perform and that we do what we need to do. It's just it's pressure that like we ask for. There's a bunch of people that like pay their bills and a bunch of families that feed their kids because of like the businesses that we have, and like that's pressure that I'm not going to complain about, but like it's like, oh, we need to like make sure that these businesses actually make money and stuff, right? Yeah, I think social media is hugely detrimental to the mindset of people. Like you feel like, number one, you feel like you're comparing yourself to people who like take pictures in private jets, not knowing that there's like an actual spot where you can go like rent a room that has like a fake private jet set up in it, and you just do like outfit changes and it makes it look like they have like such an awesome life. And then also like your social media is social, but it's not social to the point where like you're actually interacting with somebody like one-on-one, like actually having real conversations. And I think that's one thing that's happening like in the village right now. Like there's 30 guys down there, and they're all just sitting around quietly, probably, because they've said all that needs to be said. And sometimes sitting around a bunch of people like not saying a lot is like, that's actually the sign of like something healthy, because we've all been hanging out for a long time and we've told all the stories, and so yeah, I think a lot of people long for this life, and without knowing that this is actually like the social aspect of this is really helpful as well. I mean, like in the city, you're just like scrolling, or just alone, just watching people who aren't even real. And what they show on camera isn't even real, And so, yeah. How do I deal with depression? I just keep
going.
Just keep pushing, because I know that like if I give up, that's when I'll lose. And so like I just can't lose, so I can't stop moving. I'm like a tuna baby. If I stop moving, I die.
Hey,
All right.
Yeah.
So shall we?
Yeah.
With that?
Sure.
We didn't really hit any of the headlines today.
We didn't
but-
even touch any headlines.
But
Sorry
that's how
for
we
that.
like it. So I will... Okay, I'll pull this up. I'll leave you guys with one of my favorite quotes. I just have my notes open. I saw this. Okay. Mike Posner.
Oh, Posner. Yeah.
Beginnings often hide themselves in ends. All right. Thank you guys for joining. My name is Jonathan. This was On The Mat. Thank you to Radar Tires. You guys can get them at A. Hussein or Global Warehouse, Global Machinery, all across Fiji. I'm about to install these on my vehicle on Monday, so I'll let you guys know how it goes. Thank you, Hamza. Thank you, Radar Tires. And we will catch you guys on Monday at 4:30. Thank you very much. Ruru Remen, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.